Today we're looking at the 6 nominations for the German Board Games of the Year. I played all of them, so I'm going to tell you which ones I think will win. Thank you for joining me today at Tantrum House Studio D. I'm Kevin Delp. Every year we have the announcement for the German Board Games of the Year divided into 3 categories. The Kinderspiel, the Kids Game of the Year, the Spiel, the Family Game of the Year, and the Kennerspiel, sometimes referred to as the Gamers Game of the Year. The Kinderspiel was already announced earlier this year, and the winner was Hedgehog Roll. This video is going to focus on the Spiel and the Kennerspiel, and I'm going to tell you which game I think will win each of those categories. Now, the Spiel committee is going to make their announcement, the winners of each of those categories, on July 20th. I'm going to tell you which ones I think will win in this video. The 3 nominees for the Spiel des Jahres are My City, published by Cosmos; Nova Luna, published by Edition Spielwise and here in the US by Stronghold Games; and Pictures, published by PD Verlag and here in the US by Rio Grande Games. My City is a legacy Tetris-like tile-laying game for 2 to 4 players. Players are building their own cities from the pre-industrial stages all the way to full industrialization. My City felt the most Euro-y game to me with what you're doing, the game mechanics and things like that. In the box, there is a legacy game and a non-legacy game. For the legacy game, it's divided into 8 chapters with 3 games in each chapter, making 24 games. This game is not about destroying things, but you are adding stickers to things, so that means it can really only be played once if you're playing with 3 or 4 players for the legacy game. If you're playing with just 2 players, you could pass that game off to another 2 players and they could play all 24 games. Melissa and I just finished all 24 games for the legacy game, and we are going to work on a video review that you can check out on our channel soon. Nova Luna is a tile placement game with a time track for 1 to 4 players. Players are choosing tiles from the moon wheel and placing tiles in their own play area. You are trying to complete objectives by having the right tiles next to each other, placing markers on them when complete. Nova Luna felt the most abstract strategy game to me, where you're placing tiles in your own area, trying to complete objectives, and then you have the time track. Depending on what tile you choose, is going to determine how far up the time track you move. Now, if you move super far, it might take a little longer to get back to your turn, because other players might take tiles that just move their marker up just a few steps, and they might be taking more turns than you. Will and Sarah did a video review of this that you can check on our YouTube channel. Pictures is a game for 3 to 5 players where players are creating pieces of art from materials that they have from a picture that's in a grid of pictures. Each round you have to try and guess what other players are trying to create, and players are trying to guess yours. Pictures felt the most party-like game to me. Each round you're getting a new set of materials to create your work of art. And there's a lot of replayability, not only with the materials, but also with the cards. There is a grid of cards that will be different each game just because of the number of cards that are in the game. Okay, here's my final thoughts for the nominees for the Spiel des Jahres. Nova Luna is a good game, but I don't think it stacks up to Pictures in My City. The last 4 years, the winners have been Azul, King Domino, Codenames, Just One. My City is a legacy game. Legacy games never won a Spiel before, so it's got that going for it. I like the gameplay. It's got a good designer, Rainer Knizia. I love the artwork. The box cover looks really cool. But I think the gameplay of Pictures has a broader appeal, so I think the winner is going to be Pictures. Let's move to the Kennerspiel. The 3 nominees are Cartographers, a role player's tale published by Thunderworks Games; The Crew, published by Cosmos, and The King's Dilemma, published by Horrible Guild. Cartographers is a roll and write type game, but instead of rolling dice, you're flipping cards and then drawing those shapes on your own player mat, trying to create the best map. Cartographers has already won a Tantrum House Award. It's Melissa's #1 roll and write style game, so you already know that we enjoy playing Cartographers. I love that you're creating your own map each time and highly recommend that you play with colored pencils. It totally ups the experience. There's even promo cards that you can get for Cartographers. I'll put a link to the promo cards in the description of this video. The Crew, The Quest for Planet 9, is a co-op trick-taking game for 2 to 5 players. There are 50 different missions that you can try to accomplish. I'm a big fan of trick-taking games where players play cards trying to win a hand. This game, it's co-op and players are working together. I think that's a really fun twist on this trick-taking genre. The missions get harder and harder. Melissa and I did a full video review that you can check out on our YouTube channel. The King's Dilemma is a legacy negotiation game for 3 to 5 players. Players represent different ruling houses, and you vote each round on different narrative outcomes, whether to agree or not agree, gaining prestige and crave throughout the campaign. This game is a legacy game, like we talked about with My City. In King's Dilemma, you are actually altering things, writing on cards and putting stickers on things. Each game takes about an hour to play, and you're going to be playing about 12 to 16 games, and you can only play the campaign one time. All right, let's go to my final thoughts for the Kennerspiel, the Gamer's Game of the Year. I don't think King's Dilemma is going to win. I think it's an interesting game, and the narrative element does sort of keep you engaged with like the story, but I actually got a little bored with the gameplay. Every round you're just voting things up or down, and the setup time can take quite a bit longer as you get closer to the end of your campaign. So to me, it comes down to Cartographers and The Crew. Now, both of these games I think could fit really well in the Spiel. That's just my opinion, but they're in the Kennerspiel. So which one would I choose between these two? My vote, I think, would go towards Cartographers, but I think the committee is going to choose The Crew because it might just be a little bit more innovative. Let me know in the comments below which games you think are going to win the Spiel and the Kennerspiel. I'd love to hear what you think. And if you like this video, please click the like button, and we would love for you to subscribe to our channel.